Time for coffee. Good morning again. Looking at time, how we understand time and use it. We always refer to clock time. Clock time is based on where on the planet you're standing, right? From Greenwich Mean Time, there's an offset to what hour of the day it is here. So, time is an odd thing to speak about because when you do, you pose it against the year 2020. That is always, it's always just a part of. Now, you might get the year wrong. You might think it's 2019 when you sign your first something at the beginning of the year. So we get those wrong casually. And then we get back on to everyone else's time at one point or another, and we call Friday Friday. But nature doesn't know Friday. It's odd. It's almost like there's two clocks running. There's this human clock that we use and that we understand, and then there's a natural clock based upon some fundamentals that we sit on top of. And that's how it is. For our own explanations, our own reasons, our own understandings, we attach the year 2020 onto this phase of a planetary cycle that's been going on for billions of years. Rather stunning to think of time that way. It truly is, because it just raises more questions. Those questions we keep asking: how did we evolve here? Was there something else injected, something into our genetic code that made us what we are? Are there dinosaurs lurking in DNA? So we ask all these questions because they come from an understanding of time before the calendar year. In science, time is based upon, this is very hard to grasp, but is based upon a frequency standard we call the speed of light. This is how we captured or understand this, the words to describe it, based on what we know. So 2020 is a good year. It's as good as any year. It's as good as any of the billions of years this planet's ever had. The planet's just going for a ride, and we're on it in some existential sense. So this time thing, this makes even science itself very complicated, because you have to rely on those same time stamps and what's inside of them. If you look at the timing inside of CERN's supercomputing nodes, the timestamps, the number of digits on the timestamps placed on that data set, because how finely we can see time now, like never before. We just keep getting better at seeing time itself. So it's confusing. It's Saturday, 2020. In a billion-year ride. That is amazing. It draws all the emotions any human can have. But in this time, Planck Time, it's talked about, a theoretical time constant that we can find, repeat, and prove, that started as just ideas and theories. So that's how complicated time itself is. And when we get to the edges of time, the beginning and end, things get sketchy. So we know the beginning of our time is birth and the end is death. That's human time. This is what we base our lifespans on, right? And averages of this, and how well we can take care of ourselves raises that average over decades. So I'd be dead twice now if this was some time ago. Actually, I'd be dead more than that. So time changes. and understanding that time and timing and that perspective, you have to be able to do that leap of faith beyond 2,000 years of man's own written opinions about how the earth works. So this time thing is what causes some of the confusion. This shallow thinking, this thought that we're some type of super special. We're special, but no, we're not. No, no. Contrary to television and hero worship, we're just fucking humans, as far as I can tell. There's a short on time itself. Why bother?